Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel. I was like trying those hook things and I don't know, it didn't feel authentic, but it was fun. It was like a commercial. I'm reaching out to you. I was thinking about how I told you guys about different conspiracies and stuff that I believe in, but I wanted to talk about something. I don't know if it's necessarily a conspiracy theory, but it's more along the lines of like a belief system of mine, and that's like deja vu, like these weird like inkly feelings similar to that. I don't know all of them. I know there's a whole bunch of different names, but what I wanted to speak on was like, what if those were messages for God that you're where you're supposed to be, or you're remembering who you are, or parts of you that exist in a different like realm or quantum, like whatever the little technical terms are. What if that is part of you that's awakening and becoming who you're supposed to be? I touched base on things about memory in my book, The Null and the Void. It's because of thoughts like this that arise. Like there's things I believe that's in place to kind of dumb us down in society on who we are. The smartphone is one of them, the smart dumb phone. But like food and the foods that they push and the things that they push. And I tell you now that I was a avid coffee drinker. I love me a nice iced coffee. I still do. However, I'm not drinking what is being pushed out here in the States, because I know that deep down it's not regulated enough for the brain to be like in its full capacity. The same thing when they talk about toothpaste and all of that, like the chemicals and body washes and stuff. If it's not healthy and organic and these things, I think that these are part of the tones to dumb us down. Not saying that I live righteously and everything I eat is all organic or anything like that, but that is the goal. That is the goal at some point here. All of my powers. And remember everything I got. I'm a Power Ranger deep down inside. I'm pretty sure I liked the pink one when I was little, but that's neither here nor there. I just know that it's not just a coincidence. I know that there's no such thing as coincidence. The best way for things to make sense to me is that when something like deja vu happens, it reminds me that I'm on the right path, that God has given me a signal that this is where I'm supposed to be, that deep down inside my soul remembers this moment, whether it has happened in a different time frame, in a different like Loki type reality, where it's a different reality and it's happened and it worked. I just know that it works and it helps me feel really connected to the Most High. I don't know what you believe, and I'll be interesting to see what you believe or what other belief systems are out there, because it could all make sense and it could all come back and I could just be hitting the nail on the head. However, it's all good. I don't really care if I do, because it works for me. Sorry, I sit outside and record these videos and there's birds and I just get like lost, because I know the animals are one of those things. They're like spirit guides and they're connected with God like babies are. So I know it's a message there and it makes me feel good. So I don't know what you believe, but for me, in my path with God, this is connect us. But you're not alone if you experience these. And I reiterate the fact that you're not alone, because one of my biggest fears before was isolation. So you're not alone if you remember these things and have these things happen to you and they're just reoccurring and you're like, what is going on? 2, listen to those things. What's going on specifically around those things that are happening? Is it something that you can hone in on? Is it something that like maybe how I'm talking about this and there's red birds flying around, and I know like red birds are supposed to be like past loved ones, things like that. Is there something that can relate or like make the meaning make sense of what's going on? Because nothing happens for just the reason of happening. Sometimes in my life I am naive to feel that way, because I'm just too exhausted to figure it out. And it's not for me to figure it out, it's for me to trust in God. But if you're one of those people who are stuck and you're looking for answers, and I tell you all the time to talk to God and to pray, these are ways that you can hear God talk back to you and see God talk back to you. They're messages from God, in my opinion, to you that you are where you need to be, that you're on a path that you should be on, or what path you should be taking. As someone who had a hard time trusting herself because she didn't trust God and she didn't know how to listen to herself because she didn't know how to listen to God, symbolisms and things became very important, and it was just very helpful. And now that I have gotten myself into a point where I embrace God, I know that they're connected. in there to help us when we feel lost. And hopefully, as you start remembering who you are and who God is along this pattern, or along this path rather, that you see these patterns and you embrace them and you become your full authentic self. With that being said, one, if you're into like sci-fi things, go check out The Null and the Void or any of my books with the link in the bio. Two, I love you. God loves you. Peace.